Welcome back, Mumphy Mafia. Hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we are going to be adding my 33-inch spare tire to the Tacoma, but not in the factory location. And I have got a solution that might just be perfect for some of you out there. Let's go. Now, before we jump into this video, I just got to say thank you so much for all your continued support here on the Mumphy channel, watching the videos, leaving your comments and questions down below, joining me on my live streams, which are every third Monday of the month. So thank you so much. And if you'd like to continue to support the Mumphy channel, jump on over to mumphy.us/shop, where you can pick up some Mumphy merch. And I've just launched a couple of new shirt designs. One being this awesome heritage-inspired Tacoma design. And I've also got a sweet little Baja-inspired design as well. So if you'd like to continue to support the channel, jump on over to mumphy.us/shop and check out what I have going on over there. Now, let's get back into this video. All right, now there are a few ways of putting a full-size spare tire on the Tacoma. One I covered in my last video, where we fit the 33-inch spare into the factory location underneath the bed of the truck. Now there's also cutting the rear bumper and adding a high clearance rear bumper with a single or dual swing out that has a spot for you to mount your full-size spare. Then there's also a third solution in which it involves no cutting and utilizing the trailer hitch. And that is the solution that I went with. There are a few companies out there that offer these solutions, and the one that I actually went with is Dirtcom. After kind of reviewing a few of the options out there, I liked the product that Dirtcom kind of put out. A heavier duty steel, their mounting solution, and secure feature for less wobble. So let's go ahead and show you the Dirtcom Trail Swing. And here it is, the Dirtcom Trail Swing. This is the solution that I have for my full-size spare tire. I just have it propped up because it won't actually stand up like this without it being propped up. But let's go over some of the key features. The main one being the spare tire mount. It bolts onto this back section here, which is the actual swing out section. Here you can see that it does come with its own plate. Here's your handle to unbolt and unlatch the swing out. It does have its own kind of redundancy secure bolt right here, or secure pin, so you can just pull that out and then undo it for the full swing. And we'll get that demonstrated once it's on the truck. You have a license plate cover. You have kind of your locking pin here that locks into 3 different sections over here. And you can get this as a 2-pin from the website if you order. And then on the back, here is the main receiver that goes into the hitch on your Tacoma. Now the other nice thing is that it does come with a secondary hitch receiver right here, so you still can tow if you get like an extension, and then the main unit that kind of holds everything together. Now this is a pretty cool wedge style secure once you tighten this bolt down, and we'll go over that here in a little bit. I did get this secondhand, so this is a used unit. And one of the cool things with Dirtcom is on the little plate there's a serial number that if you go to the Dirtcom website, you can actually transfer the warranty to yourself once you show kind of proof of receipt or that you actually have the unit. Just follow the instructions over on their website. That's one of the cool things with the Dirtcom offers. Now with that, let's go ahead and get this on the Tacoma, and I'll show you the install process. Now the install process really isn't all that difficult. One of the things you want to make sure of is that the nut is at the edge of the bolt, so that way it's not in its locked position. And we'll just go ahead and feed that through. And once you finally sit it in there, you will have a little bit of play, but this slack will be taken up once we tighten down the nut underneath the truck, and this will cinch right up. Now one thing that I kind of want to do is I'm going to take my hitch pin and I'm going to try and get this aligned. And that'll help kind of situate where this ends up sitting once we finally tighten it down. Now the bolt on the back side is a 7/8, so make sure you get a 7/8 socket and you'll be able to access that on the back side of the hitch receiver. Here's the bolt that we're going to be tightening down, and what that's going to do is it's going to cinch up that wedge that was in here and tighten up, so that way the hitch or the whole system is actually secure. So we're going to take our 7/8 and we're just going to tighten this down. And if you can see the wedge kind of cinching up in there. If you need to, push up on the edge so that way you're getting that extra slack out of there. Once that's done, you're not going to have any sort of movement in the system. All right, now let's go over some of the functionalities and kind of the key points of the Dirtcom system. Starting off with the rear pin. So this is kind of a secondary security pin just in case the handle opens up. You're not going to get the swing to actually open up on you if you're on a drive or something like that. So that's kind of nice. What we'll do is we'll pull this pin first, and the fact that this is a used version, this pin is actually connected to the handle with a secondary lanyard. Mine actually is missing that secondary point. So what I end up doing is I just pull the pin and put it back in once it's finally open. So we'll go ahead, pull the pin, which actually has a nice detent on it. We'll open up and release the handle and the latch, open it up, and then I just put the pin back in. Now we can swing this out. And the nice thing that Dirtcom offers is one that'll swing out to the passenger side or one that'll swing out to the driver's side. So you do have your options there if you prefer one side or the other. Now, as we open up the trail swing, you'll notice that we have a stainless steel section here with a latch. Right now I have it in the open swing option. So I can set this, it'll find the hole, it'll automatically latch. And when I want to disengage, I can just push this latch forward. It'll actually lock open and I have free swing. But this actually has 3 holes. You can get it with 2 holes, and that's because this first hole cutout will not allow for the tailgate to fully open. As you can see, this is the spare tire carrier right here, which is bolted. And the nice thing is that, say you have a 35-inch tire, which this will actually hold, you can raise this up and down according to where you want that to sit. The other nice thing is that it has kind of this plastic rubber thing to kind of help with vibration, and that actually helps support the swing arm when it's in its closed position, so that way you're not getting a whole bunch of travel and putting a bunch of stress on the main bolt here. Now you will see that I have kind of this added cord here. I'll cover that in a little bit. Let's go ahead, let's close this up. We'll put the spare tire on here and show you how that all works. Now, as you can see, there is one bolt right here that is actually welded on to the back, and that is going to be your main bolt to slide your spare tire onto. And then down here, you've got a couple of cutouts that are good for the attachment pins that come with the kit. So first things first, let's go ahead and get the spare tire mounted up, and we'll get that bolt right through the lug hole on the spare tire. And there you go. You can see we are sitting right on there. Now Dirtcom will supply some lug bolts as well as a cap, and this is what we're going to use to secure the spare tire to the carrier. So go ahead and take our first one, just kind of get that situated on. As you look through here, you're going to want to line up the cutouts on the spare tire carrier, so that way they're going to line up with the bolts that you feed through the back. So get that one, we'll just put now with these lugs, you are going to need a specialty tool that actually fits over them. Now to secure these lugs in place, you are going to need a lug tool you can get off of Amazon. I will link down below. And this lug tool fits a 3/4 wrench. And then on the back side, it is a 3/4 bolt, so just get yourself a 3/4 socket with an extension, so that way you can tighten these down from the back. We'll go ahead and set that on. And now we should be secure on there. All right, now one of the things you can do to minimize the clearance of the tailgate to the license plate opening is that you can loosen these bolts here, 1, 2, and 3, and they do have grooves in which once those 3 bolts are loosened, you can actually move this back and forth to give you clearance for the tailgate, so that way you have plenty of clearance when you drop down. Now I am also slotted. I can slot right to the second one, the second hole, and I have got plenty of clearance right there. So that is one of the nice things about the Dirtcom Trail Swing, is that you do have a little bit of adjustability to make it so that way it fits properly. All right, and there you go. There is the full install for the Dirtcom Trail Swing. We got the spare tire mounted up. The only thing that I've really noticed is just some back and forth play, but nothing as far as up and down in this direction. So that is secured on there to the truck. The little back and forth wobble, it's something I'll have to reach out to Dirtcom to see if it's something that I just need to tighten up or adjust on here. But that is something that I really like about Dirtcom, is that their customer support is really good. They sent me out some added bolts for the spare tire, so that way I could get this bolted up and have that secure. So that was really nice. I also transferred over my warranty, so that way I can get serviceable parts, which is another really cool thing about Dirtcom, is that a lot of this can be rebuilt after it's worn out for a little bit. All right, I don't want to leave you guys hanging without a rear camera setup. So first off, I got to say thank you to Jesse Rizzo for showcasing tailgatecamera.com, which is where I picked up my rear camera. And I will also link down below, so that way you guys can pick up a secondary rear camera. Now, when you order, there are a couple of options over there. You can get one that's got a little license plate bracket, or you can get a single camera with this little mount. The way I did it is I just 3M adhesive this, which comes in the kit, to the actual trail swing, and I have a little bit of just up and down availability for the camera. You're also going to get a connector here. This end is going to hook up to the factory location underneath the truck that I'll show you. And then you get this little 5-pin connector that connects in to the camera. Now, one thing that a lot of people have showcased when you're unplugging the factory camera, I wanted to at least plug that up so no water or moisture or dirt is going to get into that plug. It is just kind of an extension wire. You can snip these off, but I'm using this as a cap for the factory connection. So that way I can go back if and when I decide to take the trail swing off, I can go back to factory and not worry about any sort of moisture or corrosion getting into that. So I will link this down below. All right, now as you come up underneath the Tacoma, we are on the passenger side over here, and you'll notice that this bracket or this little connection is for the tailgate camera. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to unplug this. And if you have a difficult time, I'd say get a pair of pliers so that way you can just unclip this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our little plug here, and this is going to connect and snap into that. So if we ever want to go back to our factory connection, if we take the trail swing off, this is still clear and clean, and we can tuck this up out of the way. And you can clip these wires as well. I'm just kind of leaving them on for right now. And now we have access to the rear camera. Now we're going to take our 8-pin connector, and this is for the 2020s and up on the 3rd gens. It does have an 8-pin connector, so when you go to order, make sure that you're ordering that. And we're going to connect that into the old or the factory clip. And then on the other side, this is what's going to connect in to the camera. So now we'll just have to route this up and around. Do this up around the frame a little bit. See if we can get it close. We'll do some finagling and some bending and all that. So I bent the wiring kind of around the frame. Here's my connection, and here is the camera connection. So we'll go ahead and clip those together. And I'll probably have to find a way to just I'll probably just zip tie all this up, so that way it's out of the way and not causing any issues. And now that it's all clipped up, we know that in the fully extended position, the open position of the Dirtcom swing out, we have enough play that we're not going to bind this up. So when we close it, it'll be great. When we open it, we're not going to have any sort of pulling or binding on the camera. All right, now as you can see here, I have gone ahead and run my cable and my camera through the last hole here, and I do have a lot of slack. But the nice thing is that Dirtcom offers you a hole with a grommet, so that way you can run your cord through, right through here, and you can see it fits perfectly. Now I will have a little bit of slack take up, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of these little zip tie brackets and stick them here, so that way I can just zip tie the cable up. All right. Now I've gone ahead and put these little cable management tabs for zip ties on just the bottom here. I didn't put it up under there, but I just kind of snaked it up through the underside there. And that should help reduce the cable from getting snagged on anything closed or open. And as we open this all the way to where it needs to be, we've got enough flex in that cable so that way it's not binding. Well, that's going to wrap it up on this install of the Dirtcom Trail Swing. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Is this a solution that you are looking at? Maybe you went with a different swing out, or you actually went with that high clearance rear bumper with a single or dual swing out. I'm curious to know what you guys are doing on your build, so be sure to leave those down in the comment section. Also, hopefully the camera relocation also helped you if you ever decide to go this route. That way you still have access to your factory tailgate camera if you ever decide to take this off and go back to stock. If you've liked this video, make sure you smash the like button, you are subscribed, and make sure that your bell notifications are turned on so that way you don't miss more videos coming up. Also, I am doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers for one of my Roam Gen 1 cases. They are the 83 liter, so the faster we get to 5,000 subscribers, the faster we can do that giveaway. Be sure to come hang out over on the live where we can discuss your build, any questions you might have on my build, if you are looking at picking up any of the mods that I have, and we're just hanging out. So be sure to join us over there as well. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out, and sticking around this long. I greatly appreciate you guys so much. I wouldn't be here without you. And with that, I will catch you in the next video. Peace.